For a great selection of action figures like the one in this video, and an amazing selection of vintage action figures and toys, check out Nerd Rage Toys. Just click on the link in the description below this video. Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Ultimate Captain America from the Hitmonkey series. So this is Series 1 of the 2013 Marvel Legends, or I guess Series 4 of Hasbro's Return of Marvel Legends, however you want to look at it. I guess the easiest way to describe it as the Hitmonkey series, because this is the wave of figures that includes the Build-A-Figure pieces for Hitmonkey. Except, this version of Captain America here does not have a Build-A-Figure piece. That actually might be a good thing, and I'll kind of explain why as we get into looking at this figure. So first of all, figure comes in the same style blister card packaging that we've seen all of the new Hasbro Marvel Legends figures come on. It's got some really neat artwork at the top of the package there of Ultimate Captain America, and then down the right hand side you can see some of images of the other characters that are released in this Hitmonkey series. Now, the back of the packaging has nothing more than just a larger image of that same artwork from the front. Doesn't even show us any of the other figures in this wave, which is kind of interesting. Just nothing but that artwork there, and then you can see that at the top it's listed that it is the Hitmonkey series. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of the packaging, and we will take a look at him. Now, I will go ahead and point out that this is like the fourth Captain America type figure we've got in all of these new Hasbro series. Every wave that's come out so far has given us some form of Captain America. We had the Bucky Captain America, we had the Steve Rogers, we had US Agent, and now here we are with Ultimate Captain America. So I guess I understand why they're doing that, with him being one of kind of Marvel's big guys, especially with the movies out there right now. They want to keep these familiar faces on store pegs. But that particular reason right there is why I think it's good that he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. That way, if anybody out there doesn't feel the need to pick up this particular figure, since they've already got probably plenty of Captain Americas, especially if you're a longtime collector of Marvel Legends, you can feel good about passing up on this one because you're not missing out on your Build-A-Figure piece. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overall design and sculpt of this guy. Now, I will say he's a pretty great looking figure. I love the sculpt of this guy all the way through, and here's one of the things I really like. Take a look at that head sculpt. It's got a really great paint job on there. One of the things that I really like is that you can see the blonde eyebrows poking out from underneath the eye holes in the mask. I think that's a really nice touch. And this is something else really cool that I noticed while looking it over. If you compare this to the Steve Rogers Marvel Legends figure that was already released, you can see that it's pretty much the exact same face. Now, this is Ultimate Captain America, different continuity, of course, but I still think that is really cool that Hasbro took the effort to make it look like the same Steve Rogers head underneath that mask. I think that's a great idea. The rest of the paint job on the figure is also pretty well done for the most part. The actual colors on the costume are very nice. It's a dark blue, real dark reds on there with the nice bright whites. There's some really nice washes going on. You can see kind of in the belt there, especially on all the browns on the vest and around all the pouches and everything on there. His pants are more of a grayish color, and then the boots are just all that kind of solid color red. The soles of the boots are gray, but you can see the laces and everything are all unpainted on there. So like I said, for the most part, paint job's pretty good, but there are some disappointing areas. For instance, you got all this really great detail sculpt on the back of the belt there. You can see with the pouches hanging down, there's also what looks like probably some little grenades, and a pouch with a knife kind of all hanging down there. Of course, none of those are removable. That's all just one mold, and it's all unpainted. It's just a solid brown, and that kind of bugs me. I wish Hasbro would have went the extra mile to paint all of those details, because I think that would have really made it stand out all the more. Like I said, it's a great sculpt. It's really cool that you've got all that stuff hanging down there. I just wish it was painted. This is going to bring me to my other complaint about this figure. You can see on the right hand side of his leg, he has a gun holster with a silver gun molded in there. Now, at least the gun is painted here and it's not just solid brown like his belt, but You guessed it, it's molded in place. You cannot remove the gun from that. As you can see, it's just this kind of soft, flexible plastic, doesn't come out of the gun holster, and I don't understand why. Especially since figures like Bucky Cap had a removable gun from his holster. Why wouldn't Hasbro go that mile with this particular Captain America? So that right there is definitely a bit of a letdown. If they weren't going to give us a gun, I would have rather them just left that detail off. So the only real accessory Captain America has here is his shield. Of course, he can't be without that. It's the exact same shield we already saw with Bucky Cap and US Agent. So it's got the little handle on the inside that kind of clips onto his wrist. And if you want to, you can bend that down so that there's a peg showing, and that way you can stick it into the hole on his back so he can store it on his back there. The paint job's a little bit different on it as it was on the Bucky. It's actually kind of more of a metallic paint job this time around, and the inside's kind of more of a silvery color. But otherwise, it's exactly the same as what we've already seen. Now, the other thing that's kind of neat with this guy is that brown vest that he's wearing is made of a softer plastic, so if you want to, you can remove the vest and you can display him without it. And actually, I think I like that quite a bit. He looks pretty great displayed without the vest, as well as with the vest, so it does give you kind of some different display options. So let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation on this guy. This is actually really well done. The head is able to turn both left and right, and has a nice hinge joint on the neck there, and it's a ball joint on the head, so you get a really great range of movement looking up and down, side to side. You got the ball joints at the shoulders there, you got the swivels at the biceps, you got nice double joints at the elbows, and then a swivel at the glove cut for the wrist. The torso cut has got the ab crunch there, so you can move up and down. You can swivel him at the waist. He's got the ball joints there at the thighs, so you can move his legs outwards, forwards, backwards. They also swivel there at the thighs. You got nice double jointed knees. You got swivels at the boot cuts, and then you've got some beautiful ankle joints that allows them to pivot forwards and backwards, and it's got the ankle rockers. So you should be able to get some great posing out of this guy. For the most part, the joints are all really tight. However, the right thigh joint on my Captain America is a tad loose. Unfortunately, but otherwise, I do really like the articulation on here. Alright guys, it's comparison time. So here he is standing alongside the Toy Biz version of Ultimate Captain America. The designs are a little different, of course, between these two, but I felt this was a good comparison for this figure because if you've been a long-time Marvel Legends collector like myself, you've already got lots of Captain America figures. And this Ultimate Captain America from Toy Biz was always one of my favorite Captain America figures, and it's actually kind of weird looking at these two side by side because there's a huge difference in proportions, especially in the head. I can't tell if this makes the head on the Toy Biz one look too small, or the head on this new Hasbro one look too big. But there is quite a bit of a difference between the two there. And then here he is standing alongside some of the other recent Hasbro Captain America Marvel Legends figures. So there you go, guys. There's a look at the brand new Hitmonkey series Ultimate Captain America from Hasbro's Marvel Legends line. It's a pretty nice figure overall. I do like the sculpt on this guy quite a bit, especially the head sculpt. I think he's a really great looking figure. He's got good articulation. Definitely has some downsides with the unpainted stuff on his belt and that non-removable gun. And like I said, he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so honestly, if you're not looking for a new Captain America figure, this one is an easy pass. You shouldn't feel too bad about missing out on this one. No Build-A-Figure piece, lots of other Captain Americas to choose from, so I would really only suggest picking this one up if it's a design that you're really happy with. Until next time,